Welcome everyone to the show. I'm your host Don Vic. You already know we in the building. Woo boy, oh boy, oh boy. Today's gonna be a great day. We got a great guest coming on the show by the name of Tony Taylor. He's an actor. He's been playing in a few movies. Um, so we can't wait to bring him on the show so we can talk to him and find out exactly what is he doing this present day. But before we bring him on the show, I just want to thank my previous guest that was on the show, my good friend Sabrina Oxford. She's an author, a book of 100 Facebook friends. She's an amazing woman. She was on the show, and I want to thank everybody that logged in and showed support because this is what the show is all about, right? And also, I want to thank the Hammond brothers. Big shout out to Nashville, Tennessee. You heard me? Big shout out to Nashville, Tennessee. The Hammond brother was on the show yesterday. Listen, every time these guys come on the show, I have a great time because these guys are turn-ups. They are turn-ups, okay? And they played a few songs on the show last night and first time ever. So big shout out to the Hammond brothers. Mad love to you guys. You're always welcome on the Don Vic Show. And for those of you that want to come on the show and be a part of my show, all you got to do is inbox me, send me a message, and we'll bring you on the show, okay? So, Jesus Christ, I get out of breath just thinking about everything I got going on. Okay, who do we have here? Andy Poland, my beautiful friend. Hello, Queen. How you doing? Thank you for logging in. Okay. They're great. Yes, they are great. So, people, please welcome actor Tony Taylor. This is the second Tony Taylor I got on the show, okay? I don't know what's going on, but these guys got all the same names. But please welcome the one and only Tony Taylor to the show.
Hey, how's it going? Hey. How's it going, Don? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. Thank you for having me on your show. I've really enjoyed watching your past shows you've done. So this is a real big honor for you to be on your show today. I'm a real fan of you.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on the show as well. You know, I don't, you know, I enjoy having, you know, great people on the show and, you know, welcome to the show. We got some people already logging in here, you know, waiting for us to start the show. So real quick, we already know your name. Tell us where you're from.
From Denver, Colorado. I'm living out here by Vegas now, out here in Nevada, but originally from Denver.
Okay, awesome. So, tell us what got you started. What you know, or what inspired you to become an actor?
About 12 years ago, when I was living in Denver, I belonged to this Italian organization called the Italians of America. Okay, and what we did was we raised money.
Okay, go ahead.
Do what?
No, I was going to say, we're not talking about...
We were...
The Italian, you know what I'm talking about. The Italian...
No. No, we don't talk about that stuff. We don't do that.
Okay, go ahead.
But the Italians of America now we can talk about because it was a good group. It was a good group. You know, we raised money for needy families and a non-state funded orphanage in Denver called the Tennyson Center. And the president, his name was Tommy Lingrani, and he was friends with a Hollywood director, and they were making a movie out there in Denver. And it was a comedy movie, and he, you know, I never was an actor or anything, Don Vic, nothing like that. But he got me auditioned for this movie, and the director pretty well just, you know, told me I was an idiot and I wasted time and stuff like that. So, you know, the guy told me I could never do it. I went to school. I got a degree in it. I acted. Now here I am. I'm an actor. You know, so. That's how I got started. It all started from some guy, you know, from Hollywood saying, "You can't do this, Tony. You suck. Get out of here." You know, so I was like, really? Okay. So here I am. 12 years later.
So he actually gave you that push to show him that you can be what you want to be, an actor,
Yeah, most
right? So,
definitely, most
and
definitely.
that's right. And that's what happens sometimes because a lot of us ain't made to be actors, right? Um, there's a lot of people that want to become actors and try so hard, and it just don't work for them. But we have people like you and myself that we push, and the more negativity that comes toward us gives us more energy to do so. You
Yeah,
know,
it feeds me. It feeds me. It makes me dig down deep inside. Pushes me. I try harder. Because I always try to learn and go to the next level. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to make myself better. Because as an actor, I'm not. I do it because I like to entertain people, no doubt about it. But I do it basically not for fame or fortune or anything like that. I do it for myself because this is, as you well know, Dominic, this is a field where it's very competitive. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of rejection, a lot of broken spirits, let's say. But to me, I do it for myself because I have a personal goal that I want to do and reach. My goal. So I work really hard just to get where I want to be for my personal self. You know what I mean? And
right,
you know, I do have a lot of fans and followers, but I don't consider them fans or followers. They're all friends of mine. I consider each one of them a friend, and we're all on this journey together. You know, so it's a good journey, though. I'm really enjoying life. It's fun. It's a good time.
right. Well, you keep pushing because you're gonna have some fans and following you. From my show, they'll be following you. They'll be fans of you. you know,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. I got some, but they're
yeah,
friends.
yeah.
I
You know, you
enjoy
know,
them. I like interacting.
right. And like you said, you do it more for you. It's something that you love to do, something that keeps you happy. And at the end of the day, make it or not to the level that you might be thinking of. At least you're happy with what you're doing. You know.
Right. Yeah, I'm very happy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had my fair share of heartaches and disappointments. The same as everybody else in the business. But it motivates me even more to try harder and learn more and do what I do to get to the next level. And I've had a lot of help along the way. I've worked with some wonderful actors. I've worked with a few A-list actors, some B-plus actors. I've worked with a lot of actors that's actually helped me along the way. Taught me a lot of tricks of the trade, if you will. So it's a good thing. And I try to help everybody out as much as I possibly can too. Especially newer actors coming into business. I try to help them as much as I've been helped before. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the good thing. That you're not selfish. You're willing to help others that come in
No.
and teach them so they can do the right thing, do what is expected from them to do. Hi Irene, and so they can be good at what they do.
Yeah, definitely. I've been on some sets before where there's a lot of uh, veteran actors, and sometimes Don Vic, that veteran actors are sometimes hard to work with. You've been around the block a time or two, so you know what it's like. But
Yeah,
it's I've been blessed. I would say with the last 4 projects I've been involved in, where everybody's a team player. You know what I mean, and everybody has
right.
the same goal, just to make the best film possible. So they're all willing to go the extra mile to make it a success. You know, one of the last movies I did was called The Last Patriot, and it just got released a couple months ago. But one of the actors in there, Chip Stevens, he's a really big up and coming actor. He was a WWE wrestler for a real long time. Nephew of Junkyard Dog, if you remember back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
But
remember.
yeah, Bishop is got into the acting world. Is leaving the wrestling behind. But I worked with him. We had a lot of great scenes together, and it was just really good working with him. Because me, he had passion for the art still. He wasn't trying to, just get a paycheck or anything like that. He put his heart and soul into it, and it reflected on everybody in the cast because everybody was really pushing really hard for it. So it was good. So I've been blessed, working with people like that in the last few films.
Right. That's it's it's challenging, like you said, it's challenging, and sometimes you work in different projects with different productions, and sometimes you go to a production and you don't feel comfortable. You feel like you're not, you know, you don't feel the energy, so you feel a little uncomfortable. But then you got projects that you go to that you feel like family, you feel like home, and when you feel like that, that's what brings the best out of you. You know,
Right. It does, and it makes you believe in the project more because the more everything feels natural when you're on set, the better the project's gonna be. So it's good. It's really good. I've been blessed. I'm in the middle of filming a film right now called The Zanetti Brothers, and it's a good story too. It's a good. We got a good cast on it, and so far the production's going really well. You know, it's filmed in 3 different states. So it's kind of cool to be a part of this project as well.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I got a question from one of our viewers, Irene. How you doing, Irene? She says, "Are some of the sets hunted like they say?"
Haunted. Well, that's a good question.
I never been to a haunted place, so I don't know.
No, that's a really good question because Irene, listen, part of this movie that I'm in the filming right now is called, like I said, the Zanetti Brothers, and we filmed it in a really remote area, Nevada, called Goldfield, Nevada. And Goldfield, Nevada is world famous for having like the most haunted hotel in the United States. And there's
Wow.
five or six other buildings that are super haunted. So yeah, there's been some kind of creepy stuff going around. So yeah, some sets are haunted. If I've personally never seen a ghost, but I've seen some really weird stuff happen,
Wow.
on set. So it's like, oh, let's just pretend we didn't see that. So yeah, I would say yeah, some sets are definitely haunted.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple ghosts here on the live. A couple friend of mine to call them ghosts.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, see, they great people here. We got some good audience here today. So,
yeah, you do.
um, before you became, so you also was a radio. You worked at KGFN. Was the radio Goldfield? Was that a radio
I
station?
did. It was, yeah. It still is a radio. It still is a
Okay.
radio station. Yeah, I did that. I did that for a little while. It was kind of fun being in music and the radio. It was kind of fun, but I started my acting career before I started the radio. And my passions after I started acting has just always been acting. So I kind of drifted off in the radio and got in back into films.
Okay. What do you love more about it? What is it that drives you in the film industry? What is it that you like the most about it?
What I probably like the most about being an actor is the chances you get to portray a different character, something that you would actually never be able to be in life. Because I played people all the way from mafia people, all the way to a Catholic priest, all the way to FBI guys. I even played a cowboy once, and just to be able to see what it's like to be those type of people, is really fun for me. And I do a lot of fiction movies, but sometimes I get chances to nonfiction where I actually have to be somebody that really did exist, and I find those to be the greater challenges, because you have to do so much more research on that individual. You have to learn how to walk like them, talk like them, say the things they said, and put your mind into be exactly what their mind was like. And sometimes it's kind of creepy to be, what it was like to be a guy like that. I'm part of a project coming up real soon where I play a guy is based on the Sonny Liston story. He was a heavyweight fighter champion back in the '60s, and the mob controlled his career, and I get to play the guy that fixed all the fights for the mafia. So I've been doing a
Lucky
lot
guy.
of research on him, and it's like, wow, this is cool, but it's weird to see what it's like to be somebody else. So, and it's challenging, whenever you do a real person, it's really challenging. So I like the challenge. It's this is a challenging career. So I always like to accept all new challenges that come. You know.
Right, right. I think for me, the challenge will be learning the script. Jesus Christ. I'll be like, can I get it?
Wow.
Can I get like a sentence? Can I get like a sentence? You give me a big uh script like this, and I'm looking right. I'm thinking, okay, I got a short part, maybe like 2, 3 pages, and you look and you're 1, 2, 3, 4. You all through, you all through the script, and your lines about this long. I'm lost in the sauce. I can't remember my name half the time. I'm going to remember all these lines. So, how do you prepare yourself when you get a script and when you get a script and you
Wow,
have to do
that's
and you got 3, 4, 5 pages of these long paragraphs? How do you prepare yourself to
well.
memorize those lines?
The thing that I do is I just read it and read it and read it and read it in the very beginning. I'll just read it a lot, and then after I start learning the lines, I then start my character development. Bring my character to life and stuff like that. But it is hard. I agree. And especially like once you memorize the script and you have it all down, and you got like 3 days before filming starts, and then all of a sudden you get an email, "Hey, the script changed." And so you're like, "What?"
I hate that.
So you got to relearn. Yeah, you got to relearn it all over again, or sometimes a day before filming starts. It all changes. So it's really just the best way I do is just I just read it and read it and read it. And then once I learn my lines and I start developing my character and bringing the character that I'm portraying to life. So it's probably one of the hardest parts of acting. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I would have to record it and put the headphones on and hear myself saying it over and over and over and over and over again. After I record the lines and play it over while I'm walking or just hanging out. I got the lines going through the headphones. You know, but I
It
think
is hard.
I think that's the challenging part for me. Like the movies that I've been in, luckily the director that I've worked with said, okay, kind of let us do our own thing. Said, well, this is what I want. Say it however you want, and act it out. So it worked for me, even though we got scripts and sometimes we got to say the lines how they are. But pretty much he kind of let us play with it. So you know, uh, I like working with directors like that.
I do. Where they give you a little leeway and you don't have to be word for word on the script. Say it in
Yeah,
your own words as long as you keep it in the same direction as the script. Yeah, I like that a lot too. A
yeah,
little bit of freedom.
yeah. Some directors want word for word, and which I understand. But when you're new, it puts a lot of pressure on you. You'd be like, wow, I don't want to screw this up. You got everybody watching you while you're lying. He's like, cut, redo it. This is take 155.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Have you ever done any kind of live theater? I've done it once.
No,
Live theater acting is a whole different animal.
yeah,
It's like,
no, I haven't done
whoa.
any live theater, not at all.
It's really challenging. When I
Really?
first started my career, I did a professional play production, The Odd Couple. I'm sure you've heard of The Odd Couple. Um,
Yes.
but I played Vinny in the Odd Couple, and man, I had 92 lines in that play. We did it for 6 weeks. We traveled all over the place, and I remember every line still to this day because I was so nervous because it was in front of a live audience, and
Yeah.
the funny thing between film and stage is if you mess up on stage, that crowd that's watching you, they see it. So it's a lot
Right.
harder. So I take my hats off to the actors that just do theater, because like on film, we mess up, cut, retake. So
Right.
it'll make you a better actor.
Right. Right. So how many films have you said you've been in so far?
13 feature films. I've been a part of a lot of TV series and stuff, character actor here and there, a few small parts. I had two series that I had a full-time character on, but 13 feature films. And then I've done two national commercials. I've done a bunch of local commercials,
Okay.
um, some short films, stuff like that. So I mean, I'm still climbing the ladder, but it's a long journey, but I'm getting to where I want to be.
Right. Right. And what what would you tell what advice would you tell anyone that wants to come into the acting industry? What advice would you give them?
Um, Before you get started, make sure you have passion for it and you're doing it for all the right reasons. Don't do it to be famous. Don't do it to be rich. Don't do it for anything like that because chances of that happening are pretty slim to none. You got to have passion for it. You got to believe in reason why you're doing it. If you have passion for it and you learn, you're going to learn just like every other job. You're going to learn as you go. You'll never know everything about it. And be very humble. Take advice from everybody that gives it. Whether you use advice or not, take it. Listen to them. Learn from people that's been in the racket for a while. See what they've done. See what mistakes they've made that hurt their career. And as a brand new actor, I would not turn down any roles. Because a lot of casting directors, if they're interested in you and being a part of their project, they're gonna look at your demo reels and they're going to look at the films you've previously been in, and you have to have a wide range of acting skill, and that's you don't get stereo cast, like I tend to get a lot of mafia type films and stuff like that, but I'm trying to branch out from playing roles like that. That's why last year I played a Catholic priest, which was very challenging, rewarding but very challenging. And I've been playing a lot of cops lately, so that's a lot of fun too. But take every role that you can get, whether it's one line or whether it's a character actor in the whole film. Don't turn down any work until you get established, and learn from everybody that's willing to help you. That's the best I
Right.
can do. And have a you're going to get rejected a lot. You're going to get a lot of no's, a lot of turn downs, and you won't get a lot of callbacks from auditions or anything like that. Don't let it discourage you. Have enough passion in your heart to wonder why I didn't get a call back, or if you do get a call back and the director is like, you just weren't what we're looking for. Don't take that as, I can't do this. I'm not going to ever be an actor. Don't take it like that, because there's 100 other people going for that role. So
Right.
if you get cast, it's a blessing. Thank God for all the blessings you get in this business, but don't get discouraged. Don't give up. Keep your faith and work hard, and you're gonna get it. Just don't get discouraged. You know.
Right. Right. Because it all depends on the character they're looking for. You know. You know. Because you don't know what who the character is, what he looks like, if he's slim, if he's chubby, if he's big, if he's
Right.
bald, does he got a beard? So when they look at you, when they're casting, they say, well, okay, well, Tony has this and that, but he's missing this. But this guy over here has everything we need. So even though they might want to go,
Exactly.
even though they might want to go with you, right? Because they feel that you're a great actor, but this other guy has exactly what they're looking for. So they're gonna bypass you and give this guy a shot because he has what they're looking for. So yeah, you're right. Don't take it personal. It all depends on what the director's looking for, and that's bottom line what it is. They look for certain people, certain looks, you know, and if
That's
you
it.
have
That's
it,
what it is. It's
yeah,
right. Because if they have an Asian character in mind, I'm definitely not going to get the role. But I could have hit it on the bar every other level. It's just you're just not what they're looking for. So don't take it personal, guys. It's seriously, don't get discouraged. I've been told that I'm too short, too chubby, or I'm just not good enough. And you know what that does to me is it feeds me more fire. It's like, okay, well, I appreciate you, being honest with me, because now I'm going to give her. And maybe next time you guys do a project, I'll audition for you again and be like, hey, let's bring them on. So I don't get discouraged. I mean, sure, I get let down. There's been some projects I wanted to be a part of that I didn't get the role on, and it's like, I really wanted that, because I believed in the project a lot. But that's okay. There's another project right around the corner that I'm going to audition for, or even my talent agent and my talent manager, they give me a lot of gigs nowadays, so I don't have to even audition. It's just working out the deals with the production company and everybody else, and it's a good feeling when that happens, because you can really put your heart and soul into it, where if they have enough trust and faith in you to be a part of their project, then you've done something good. you know
right,
and that's what it is. So just keep pushing, push, push, push.
right. And another thing I do, you know, it's I try to stay in the gym, work out, try to stay healthy because sometimes they want a certain look in your body, and if you got it, you but hey, he got the look he want, and plus I do it for my health too.
Hmm.
Um, but I used to be a little on the heavy side, and I didn't feel comfortable, and I'm like, well, I want to be an actor. If I have to, if I gotta, if I gotta run, I ain't running too fast and I ain't running too far. you know, so I'm gonna roll my way out of there. Okay, I think I move faster if I roll out of there. So you know that comes into play too. You know,
Oh,
um,
it does. It really does.
so
Especially if you get if you see fighting. Wow, have you ever been in fight scenes? Woo, that can take a lot out of you too. So
yeah,
you definitely have to, condition your body if you want to be some kind of a action movie guy or girl. You have to be in some kind of physical shape, because it does get very strenuous. And that's one of the harder parts of acting, is if you do get into films like that where you're having gunfights, you're out there punching the crap out of each other, that you have to be in some kind of shape, because you got to remember your lines and your character as you're sucking air. So you gotta be in shape.
yeah, yeah. So what did your friends and family think about? Think about it when you said, "Hey, I'm going to be an actor."
Say that one more time, Don.
What did your family and friends say when you said to them, "I'm gonna become an actor"? What was the feedback you got
Ah,
back?
um, they were really shocked, because back in the day I didn't even really watch TV or movies, and they thought I was crazy, because there's so many stories out there that people lose everything that they've ever worked for just to try to become an actor, and they don't end up making it, and they fail. So they thought I was being really foolish and living in a world that you know was unreal. But it was a dream. After I went to school for it. You know, as a dream of mine. You know, and so I chased my dream. You know, I made it come true. Maybe not to the extent of what my dream was all the way, but hey, you know, I'm getting paid. I'm an actor. You know what I mean? So I've accomplished my dream to an extent. You know, so I have had a lot of support from my fans, my friends and family, and my fans. You know, they do give me a lot of support. If I feel down a little bit, there's always somebody I can talk to pick my spirits up again. You know, because it does happen no matter what we do in life. Sometimes we just get down, you know.
Yeah. Well, if you ever need your spirit up, all you gotta do is call me because I'm that guy.
You actually, I feel really good even talking to you. You know, you're you have a golden ray of sunshine around you. You're a very positive, upbeat, energetic man, and it's making me feel good. You know, it feels good being
Yeah.
on your show because I
Thank
like
you.
your vibe. You got a really positive vibe.
Thank you. And that's what it's all about. It's about uplifting others. Helping others, and this is why I love the show because I have people come on my show that do things, but their energy level it's right here. So I want to bring their energy level up here because I want everybody to know that you guys are great. You guys are great, and what you're doing is amazing. You're putting yourself, you're testing yourself to to the max. And sometimes you need people to uplift you, to push you, to tell you, hey, Tony, you're doing a great thing. Keep going. I think that you're gonna get to that next level. And see, words are powerful, right? Words are powerful, and sometimes I catch myself doing certain things that I'm not sure about, you know, but I still do it. And then I'm like, man, I don't know about this. Then I got one of my friends that they'd be like, Victor, this is what you need to be doing. You should go for it. And then my energy level just goes whoop.
Yeah,
So it's good to have
and you
friends like
feel
that.
it does because then you feel motivated again and you're ready
Yes,
to go for another mile. You know, let's go for another round. We can do this. So I feel the same way. You know, and I can tell. You know, when you're on set or one of your friends that are actors or this or that, they get down because they didn't get something. I try to pick them up too. You know, I've been blessed to make friends with a couple, really well known actors, and they give me a lot of guidance too because they've been through the same struggles that I'm going through right now. You know, so it's really good for me to be able to take advice from somebody that's already been through the trenches. You know, because
yeah,
it keeps me motivated too, and that makes me where I don't want to give up. You know,
right,
so I don't think I'll ever give up on this journey that I'm on with acting, but you know, it just takes a lot more work to get to where I want to be. And
right.
as you well know, Don Vic, it's a tough journey. So it's don't ever give up. Just keep up the fight. Can you imagine? It's like you're a prize fighter and you're in the ring and you're getting the crap kicked out of you, and it's only fourth round, and you don't think you're gonna last till round six, but all of a sudden here comes somebody in your ear, you got this, kid, let's go, and then all of a sudden you're in round eight, and you're still keeping in the good fight. So it's just don't ever give up because miracles happen, you know.
Right. And what I've learned in my life is before I used to start a project, right? I used to start a project and halfway to the project, I say, I don't want to do this no more. I'm not doing it. And I stopped, right? Now I look back and I say to myself, where would I have been if I would have kept going? You know what I
True.
mean?
Wow. Yep.
So I don't do that no more. Now when I start something, I want to finish it to see how far I can get.
That's pretty good advice. You know, I'm sure because I'm sure every one of us has been in that at least I know I have been in that situation where when you're in the middle of doing something, you're like, I just ain't gonna do this no more. And you just stop. I've done it, you know.
Right.
And then you always wonder in the back of your head where it could have gone to. But that's really good advice, you know. You just gave us all, you know, Vic. That's really good advice.
Yeah, keep going and see where your destiny takes you, because you don't want to do something. Say right now you're acting, right? You're acting and people saying,
Hmm.
"Well, you're not good enough," or you keep getting shut down and you stop. You don't want to regret that 5 years from now. And say, "Wow, I could have been," and seeing your peers, your friends that you're working with make it. You'd be like, "Wow, but I used to work with these people. They I started before them, and look where they at. And I wonder where I would have been." You
It's
know,
so true.
so
It's very, very
so
true.
right. So what I've learned is never to quit, never be a quitter. Go all the way, and see where the light takes you. Because regret, it's not good. You know. So
You're right. No, I have regrets, you know. I have
yeah,
regrets in life, you know, and I learned from them, you know.
right.
So I agree with you 100%.
Right. So you also was in a show out from the UK, I believe, with and Natasha
Yeah, from Australia. Yep, out
from
on
Australia. I'm
her
sorry,
show.
yeah, from
Such a
Australia.
wonderful, yeah,
Yeah,
wonderful woman. Absolutely wonderful woman. Very, very, very inspiring. You know, that lady's journey is incredible. You know, uh,
yeah,
I'm a big fan of her. Really big fan. Sweet lady. Super sweet lady. Have you talked to her
yeah.
before?
No, I've seen you on her show, and I kind of seen the vibes, and I like her vibes. She's amazing. I love her energy. She
Yeah.
got great energy. Um,
Very.
and she seems like a great person.
She is. You know, she had a really hard life. A really hard life. She's super super
Thank you, Marcus.
positive still, and she keeps pushing. She keeps pushing. You know, and she's trying to. Her mission in life is to help a lot of homeless people. You know, and I think that's super important. You know, because how many people do we see every day that are on the streets? You know, and it breaks our hearts. But she's actually doing something about it to help these people. You know, and it
Right.
inspired me a little bit more to help out. You know, because I like to help people. I'm not a selfish person in any way. You know, no matter what I do in life, you know, whether I'm flipping bird at Burger King or, you know, digging ditches somewhere in San Francisco, I'm still going to be the same person I am now on the inside, you know, where I'm going to try and help as many people as I can every day, you know, because that's what's wrong with our society is that so many people turn a blind eye or they just don't care because they're so self-centered on each other, on themselves, and they don't want to help the guy standing or the girl standing next to them, you know. And sometimes just a quick, hey, how you doing, is all that person needs to get through the day, you know, because our world is tough, Vic. Our
Yes,
world is tough. It's a tough world, you know. So help each other out. We're all in this journey together, no matter
that's
what we
right.
do, you know. I'm no better than anybody, and you're no better than anybody. So
That's for
let's
sure.
help each other out, you know.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that,
So
because I was just recently, you know, in my city, and we was talking about the homeless people that were standing outside, because it's like a pandemic out here with the homeless people and the people that are addicted to the drugs. And when people see these people out on the street homeless, they're living in tents, right? Reminds me like LA. You go to LA, you got people living in tents. It's like a whole block or two. So we have
everywhere.
that. We
Wow.
have that here too. But what I want the people to understand and know, that a lot of those people aren't addicts. A lot of those people that are there are people like you and I that lost their house, that couldn't afford their rent because rent control is the rent is getting so high, it's getting out of control. Um, Divorce, where they lost everything and they had nowhere to go, and they end up in these corners, homeless. Now, so I just want people to know that a lot of those people ain't just addicts. They're people like you and I, and a lot of those people are, you know, uh, are very educated as well. They're educated. They had great jobs. They just had a bad moment in their life where they hit rock bottom and they don't know how to get back up. You know, so they need people like you and me and all these nonprofit organizations to step in, and the state because the state is not doing anything about it. So us as taxpayers, we're paying these people to get into office, hoping that they can help our communities, and they're not doing that. They're just there for a position and for a check.
That's it.
So
They don't have
so
the heart.
us,
Their heart's not in the right place.
right, it's not in the right place. So we really got to um analyze what's going on with these politicians and stuff before we put them into office, you know, and see if they're going to keep their word on helping the community. And this is going worldwide, with the homelessness and the drug addiction that's going work, because this is everywhere. Everywhere I go, California,
Everywhere.
Chicago, New York, here in Boston, even in the suburbs, it's starting to get really, really bad. And what I see is these big companies building these condominiums that for one bedroom apartment will cost you 4 or 5 grand. Not everyone can afford those type of uh uh uh
No,
apartments.
nope. And that's
So
where our society we have to figure it out though, Vic,
yes,
because it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse, and it seems like the way our world is moving right now, the rich are going to survive, and the middle class and poor folks they're not going to survive, and that's just not right. That's not right at all. We got to figure out a infrastructure that will help every person. It's
see what the
I don't even know the
it,
words because it's so mind-boggling how this is even happening. And what really, really upsets me and makes me really angry is when a veteran that fought for our country,
yes.
so you and I can sit here today and talk to each other and feel safe. He comes home and they just throw him to the side and they forget about him. And the next thing you know, he's on the street saying, "Hey, can you help me out? I'm a veteran." Really? Why is our government not helping these people that helped us? Why? It's a question that no politician is going to give us an honest answer on. I'm not sure where your political views are, but it's pretty common sense that help people that need it. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever you are. I don't care. I don't care about that. But
Right.
you help the people who help us.
That's right. And I feel so bad for them, because how you gonna ask, or have someone coming to the service and fight for our country, and and basically putting their life on the line for us and for them, because they're sitting in the office just telling people what to do. So they fighting for them too. They're not there with the guns. They're sending us in to fight the war. And then they come
Yep.
back without an arm, or without a leg, disabled, and you want to give them an example, $20,000, to get, like, that's not enough, and then you don't provide housing for them, help for them. They just throw them back into society. Well, here's a little check. Do with your life what you can, and I don't think that's fair to the veterans and to the people.
I agree, you know, and it breaks my heart. You know, it saddens me. It really does. So, but yeah, that's what Anastasia's doing. You know, she's putting together a lot of groups that are helping the homeless. You know, and it's really cool because she's trying to do a worldwide group. You know, to help the
That's
homeless out, and
amazing.
it's inspiring. You know, so if you ever get the chance to meet her and talk to her, um, you should do it because she's a good soul. She's a really, really good soul.
Awesome, bro. Big shout out to her. So, what what's what's your goal? What's your goal with being in the industry? Where is it that what is it that you're trying to reach?
Um, the goal that I have, the personal goal I have, is to reach a level where I can say I can portray any type of character. You know, whether I'm playing a soccer dad or whether I'm playing a evil, sinister serial killer. You know, I want to get to a level where I feel comfortable playing any role there is, and at the end of the day, I can look back and say I did my best. I did my best. Feel good about this. You know, where I don't
So
have any regrets. You know,
right,
because like you were talking earlier, you know, there's a lot of regrets that people have, and I just want to get to a level where I can do any role. If a casting director or a producer or director calls me up and says, "Hey, Tony, I'd really like you to be this," and I confidently feel good enough to say, "Yes, absolutely, I'm in," you know. And you know, and I never turn down a role. Still to this day, I don't turn it down. But sometimes after I get off the phone, I'm like, "Ooh, maybe I overstepped my boundary a little bit by accepting this job," you know. But I just that's where I want to be. I want to be where I feel like I'm an actor, a real actor, you know, because like I still in the back of my head, I have that director still in the back of my head, you know, the words he told me is still right there. So I want to make sure I can erase those words. And that was 12 years ago, you know, so I want to make sure that I still can say that I did it and I'm successful. I would like to hear someone like Scorsese say, Tony, you're a good actor. You did a good job. Good job, kid. You know what I mean? That
that's
would
awesome.
make me, yeah, you know, that would make me feel accomplished at my goal. Something like that happens.
Right. So basically, like polishing up your acting career a little bit, where you
Yeah.
feel comfortable doing any role. Um, you know, that's 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 just a great goal. Polishing up on your skill. And
Yeah.
because you're in a tough, you're
Two,
in a
I
tough.
think,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Vic. It is a tough
No, no, you
crack.
go.
It's a tough thing. Um, I was gonna say like 2 years ago, I was out in New York filming a movie called The Vagrant, and
Mm,
it was about a homeless guy, but play a Catholic priest in that film. And I mean, I've been to church a lot and stuff like that, so I've seen priests. I know what they do and stuff. But um, to play a priest is a lot different than sitting in mass. You know, it's a lot different. So, and I had to memorize a 500 word eulogy for a funeral. Was part. You know, I had a few scenes in the movie, but one of my scenes was a funeral, and it was a 500 word eulogy where I had to put a lot of emotion into it and stuff like that. And so I watched a lot of YouTube videos on, you know, funerals and this and that and the other, but there was a lot of extras in the funeral home for the funeral. You know, they got a bunch of extras in for the scene, and they were watching, you know, the my performance, and I guess I did good enough because it made most of the people in the crowd cry. You know what I mean? So
good
it
job. Good job.
that yeah that makes me, you know, feel accomplished, and that's one of my goals, you know, because just to have people feel what I feel inside is it's really something. that's something special, you know. So
Yeah,
I did accomplish that one of those goals there, you know, and that film's doing really well. It's in some film festivals right now, and it's winning all kinds of stuff at the Chelsea Film Festival out there in New York. So it's doing good. So they're gonna release that soon for streaming platforms. But stuff like that are my goals. You know, it's not fame. I'm telling you, it's not fame. It's not fortune. It's just, know, one of the coolest things about my job is, you know, we don't know what everybody's life is like. We don't know what's going on in their world, you
that's
know.
right.
And as an actor, you can make people feel good or scare them or whatever they need to feel. You can make them feel that, you know. As they say, we had the worst day of our lives, and we come home and we turn them on the TV. Well, we can make people escape their realities for a couple hours, you know, live in somebody else's world. It's kind of nice just to give somebody a little emotional roller coaster ride, if you will. You know, I like to, you know, make them happy or sad or how they want to feel. I like to make them feel like that. Then I feel like I did my job. You know,
Right.
then I then I feel accomplished. So,
Have you got any awards?
oh yeah, I've won a few awards. In some film festivals, I won Best Action Actor. I won Breakout Artist of the Year, and another one. And then last year, which was kind of cool, that I didn't expect, I got inducted into the Italian American Celebrity Group. You know, and that was really cool for me. That was a really big accomplishment that I didn't, you know, 'cause they take six people a year that they induct into that Hall of Fame type deal, and I got in there, so I was like, wow, that's really cool, you know. And then a guy made a couple glass stained glass portraits and sent me one. It was like, wow, super cool. So those are
Awesome.
accomplishments that mean something to me, where I feel like I'm on the right track and I'm doing
Yes,
what I'm supposed to be doing, you know. So I still, you know, would like to be in the Grammys or, you know, some big award show like that
Oscars.
one day,
Everybody want to be
you
the
know.
Grammy.
Yeah, exactly, right. But you know, the Tony Awards or anything, even if I'm in the crowd just eating popcorn and watching it, I still want to go. But it's it
Yeah,
would
like
be,
see,
you know, that would be fun.
I got my award for for the worst actor ever.
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. No way. I don't believe
I'm
that.
only kidding.
You got a character, man. You got a character. You got good persona where, you know, I feel like you could play pretty much any kind of character you really wanted to. You got good demeanor to you. You know what I mean? You're a strong
Yeah,
character. I can feel you're a
thank you.
very strong, passionate person. So nah, you're there's no way. You're no worst actor. Trust me. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, well, I'm a talk show host. I have to have a character and a personality to be able to talk to you guys because um, we don't want to make the show boring, and I don't want to make you feel boring. So we gotta, you know, I like to throw jokes here and there to make my guests laugh because I don't know what you're going through right now. So if I can make a joke and make you laugh, at least I know I made you laugh for that moment. And you know what I
No,
mean? You know,
you're definitely, you got
so
that. You know, you gotta. It's a good fun. You know, because I watched a few shows and it's like, oh, this guy's cool. This guy's cool. So I was really looking forward to meeting you because, you know, there's I can tell that you have a heart of gold. You know, and you have a lot of passion for what you're doing, but you're a good guy on top of it all, where you're not
thank you.
self-centered. You're a good dude, man. So I was really looking forward to talking to you today and meeting you. I don't know if we can be friends and still, you know, chit chat here and there, you know,
Hey,
once in a while,
always,
you know,
always,
because
always
you're
listen.
a good guy, you know, and you're in a good
And
city.
right, and and you said something important there because I don't just bring you along the show. We do the show, and I forget about Tony. Like I don't do that. I do text you here and there, say, "Hey Tony, how you doing? How's everything going?" I keep in contact with my guests. I got so many guests. Listen, I've been doing this for almost 3 years, so you can just imagine how many people I have on my phone. So many. Sometimes I forget some of the people that I brought on my show because I have so many. But I do contact my guests. I tell them if I see something they post up on their page, I post it up on my page, or I see something, I comment on whatever they post up just to keep the connection going because that's important, right? Friendship to
Hmm.
me is very, very valuable to me, to me.
Me
Um,
too.
and
Same to me.
right, and I love to meet people. I love to conversate people. I love to hear their story, what opinions they have, and I like to keep that connection. And and that's why, my show. I mean, there's plenty of shows out there, but I think my show is unique because of my personality and who I am. And plenty of people said what you said. They love the show because they love my personality. They I uplift them and they feel comfortable talking to me. And that's what I want. I want my guests to feel comfortable to open up and be themselves. I don't, ain't nothing here scripted. I don't, ain't nothing here scripted. So,
Right.
so, I love when my guests come on and be themselves. I want to make them that comfortable where they can talk to me, and I've had guests here that we don't spoke about, say, acting, right? And then we done jumped onto their personal life, which was good because they feel that comfortable. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's so cool. I think that's so cool when I can reach a person or touch a person like that way where they feel so comfortable that they can talk to me about their personal life. I mean, not, certain things they don't say, but at least they open up, to start talking about either their problems or situations that they have. And I thank God for that gift that I can do that.
Well, you bring it out, because like me, I'm talking just some things are just natural, So this is
Right.
good. I
Yeah.
feel comfortable talking to you. You're easy to talk to,
Yeah.
and you've asked me a little bit of personal stuff about me. I feel good talking to you about it, and because we're real people, no matter what, we still have the daily struggles that every other person in the world has,
That's
and
right.
so I'm not afraid to tell people about my problems. Hey, I got
Right.
problems. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But
But we're human, right? We're human, and at the end of
right.
the day, we entertainers, right? We entertainers,
Yep.
and this is what we're doing. We're entertaining people with your story, with my show, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, once we're off, we go back to our personal lives,
Yep.
and
That's
it,
it.
it and as long as I know that you was on my show and I got you to laugh and smile, I know that when we shut the show, I said, well, at least he's going to be happy for the first 20 minutes after the show until he get back to reality, you know.
That's
So
it. And
yeah, so I love the fact that I can touch people like that, and I just want everybody to know, including you, Tony, that this show, this platform was made for you guys because because there's so many people in the world that have talent like you, right? That don't get an
thank you.
opportunity to share their story, to be exposed, you know, um, and let other directors and actors know who you are because they might want you and might need you in their project. So this platform is is for you guys and for me as a host to connect you with other directors, other actors, if I can, and help you uh help other doors open for you besides the people you know. Because I do know a lot of
Yeah,
people.
that's
I do.
that's wonderful that you even want to help other people and accomplish their dreams or even help them along the way. That says a lot about you, because a lot of people are so self-centered and selfish that they don't take the time to think about helping other people like you just said there. So that's really good too, and I'm the same way too, because um I know a lot of casting directors and producers and directors, and I know if I'm definitely not what they're looking for. I'll tell them about other people I know, because I like to see everyone succeed. I don't want to see people fail in this business. I want to see them become successful. So if I can help them get a job, that's awesome, because then that just helped that person out. But I mean, so I'm the same way. So if anybody's and you ever want to talk to me about something, just message me on Facebook Messenger, because I might be able to get you a job too. I'm not
Right.
guaranteeing it, but you never know
At
what could
least you
happen.
try. Right. At least you try.
Yeah,
You're making an effort on trying to help them, and that's okay. And that's
right.
okay because not everybody's going to get the job, but at least you attempted to help, and that's good enough. And you know, I'm that guy. Like I do things from my heart. Right. I don't connect people. I don't help people. Um, Wishing with anything back in return. I do it because that's who I am.
Mhm.
If anything comes my way, then I'm thankful and grateful for it because someone wanted to help me. But I'm not really out. I don't do things expecting anything in return. I do it because that's who I am in general. That's just who I am, and I want to see people, like you said, succeed and grow. Um, because I'm after the blessings. I'm after the blessings
Me too.
that God is going to give me for helping someone and connecting someone and helping their career go up. You know, I'm okay with being last.
I'm just Yeah, I'm okay with that too. I mean, my greatest blessing in the world is to wake up every morning, and
Yes,
take another breath of air. I'm just blessed for that, and I thank God every morning I wake up. Thank you, God, for giving me the day of life. I'm just blessed for that. Let's see what we can do this day now. Let's see what we can do. So that's the greatest blessing. So if I can help people along the way, I'm definitely gonna do it. I promise you that I do. I help as many people as I can. I don't look for anything in return. I'm not that guy that says, "Hey, I scratch your back, now scratch mine." I'm not that guy.
no, no, it's that's because they want something in return. I'm not.
Yeah, but
I don't work
I'm
like
not
that.
like that.
Right.
I don't either.
So what's next for you now? What's on the agenda for you?
I'm gonna. We got to finish filming this movie, the Zanetti brothers. It's so far it's going really well. We're filming in a couple different states, so it's taking a little bit of time, this and that. And there's a lot of different actors for different parts of this movie, so the scheduling is a little bit complicated. But the movie's going really well so far. We should be wrapped up by the end of November. We should be wrapped up with it. It's about two mafia brothers. They're retired mafia guys. They're hiding out in the desert. You know what I mean? And they have some problems with some bikers, and the next thing you know, all hell breaks loose, and it's a fight. It's a fight. So it's a good action movie. There's a lot of different things that happen in this movie, so it's definitely an emotional roller coaster that you guys are going to go on if you watch the film. Um, but as soon as we get that done, I got a couple more projects lined up right away, so
Awesome.
I'm staying
Awesome.
busy. I'm just saying
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay as busy as I can. You know,
that's
um,
right.
and the attitude I have is no role is too small for me. If I pop in somebody's project and I just have one line, then that's great. I'm going to give my best just for that one line, because what I've learned in this business is there's no small scene, there's no small words. All it takes is one person to see it, the right person, and it'll help the career. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to stay as busy as I can. I'm excited about trick or treating. I'm going to take my two girls out trick or treating tomorrow. I'm excited about
Okay.
that.
Awesome.
Um,
Awesome.
yeah. So I mean, life's good. Life is good. I'm out here on the West Coast. It's nice. It's
Oh, you're on the
relaxing.
West Coast. West Coast.
Yeah, West.
Yeah.
Yeah, but trust me, I got a lot of back east roots too, my friend. I got a lot of back east roots. I've actually been to your town in Boston a few times. I have a really good
Yeah.
friend that used to live on the north side of Boston. He lived in in Chelsea, and then he lived in Revere.
Oh, yeah, I know
Good
Revere.
area. Yeah, I like Boston. Boston's such a cool city, really cool city. So I'm actually kind of jealous of you right now because I really love Boston a lot.
No, I'm jealous of
It's a cool
you.
city.
You where it's hot. It's cold out here now.
Yeah, it's nice and warm still. I don't really have to wear a coat yet, so it's still nice.
Yeah, but you know,
But it's
and for any directors out there that would like to book me, I don't want no lead roles. Leave me in the back. All right, if you're gonna give me a role with 500-600 lines, I don't want to give it to Tony. Tony will take it. I'll play the background with Tony. Okay,
it'd be fun to do a project with you.
huh?
I think it'd be cool to do a movie with you. It'd be really
Oh,
cool to
gee,
do a movie with you.
what, a comedy movie? Because I'm comedic.
Any kind of movie. It'd be fun. Comedy would be fun. It would be fun.
Well, I did play. I played a gangster because those are the roles I get. I get the gangster roles. I played a biker. I had my buddies. We all have bikes. Brother man, I did a scene called Don Hazel the Gangster. We're fighting over territory. It was a pretty good film. I'm in another film called Saving Anna, which hasn't came out yet. Should be coming out 2023. I played another
Really?
bad guy of human trafficking, and I played FBI agent in a movie called The Return of Jay Brooks. I played an agent, so I get those roles kind of like you. I get the gangster
Yeah.
roles, I get the agents. I haven't been a cop yet, but if it comes my way, then
Those are fun. I did do a horror movie about a year and a half ago, and so I got to play a creepy little guy once. It was kind of fun. It was my first horror film, and it has some big hitters in it. So I got to work with some heavy hitters. Tobin Bell from Saw, he was in it.
oh wow,
Romeo Miller, Master P's son, he was in it.
oh I
Randy
met him.
Couture, yeah, Romeo Miller's a cool cat. I really liked him. He was cool on set.
Yeah,
And then a lot of guys. Randy Couture, the UFC champion, was in it.
Randy
It
Couture.
was
Yeah, I know
cool
Randy
working
Couture.
with him. So yeah, so it was cool. That movie is called The Curse of the Clown Hotel. And I played a little creepy little dude. It was fun.
I'm
It
going to
was
look
fun.
at. I'm going to go look at that movie, and I'm going to be looking down for Tony and be like, "That's Tony. That's the
Look at
creepy
that
guy."
creepy
Right?
guy.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh
So
boy! I'm going to enjoy this. I
it was
love
fun.
movies. I love movies, and I have so many directors and actors that have been on my show that have done beautiful. I just met this lady named Liz Fletcher. Liz
Mhm.
Fletcher just put out the movie The Mothman.
Really?
The Moth. Remember that movie, The Mothman?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she plays in that movie. I think she directed it too. So we're friends now. I'm going to bring her on the show and talk to her. So it's like
Oh wow. I want to watch that one. I want to watch that episode.
yeah, I actually put a clip on my page on that about the movie The Mothman. I shared it on my page. You can check it out and see the trailer.
Oh, she
And
has a trailer out already?
yeah, they have the trailer. And my friend Tammy Smith. Tammy Smith is an amazing director and actor. She does big films. So I'm trying to get Tammy to come on the show. I know she's been busy because she's a busy woman. She's working on so many projects. Um, but I definitely want to bring her on the show soon, hopefully. And you know who
Yeah,
I
she'd
met?
be a good guest.
I met Richard
Who?
Pryor Jr. Richard Pryor Jr.
Really? I almost got to work with him. I almost got to work with him. They were making a movie last year I think, out in Detroit, and it was a comedy movie where he was one of the leads, but I was going for a cop role in it, and I didn't get the job. So I was like so close to working with Richard Pryor Jr. I was so excited to do it because I wanted to meet the guy because I'm a fan, fan of his dad too. But
Mm-hmm.
I heard he's an amazing soul. I heard he's a really
Yes,
good guy.
and he talks just like he sounds like his father. He talk just like his father. And looks like it when I met him at Celebrity Boxing. Because I go to my buddies. They fight for celebrity boxing. So when I go there, I see a lot of the major stars and actors go there. So I meet a lot of them. And I took a picture with him. But long story short, he sat at the bar right next to me, and we had the conversation. And when he said, "I'm Richard Pryor," my buddy goes, "Richard Pryor?" I go, "That must be his son." He goes, "Nah." So we both looked at him again. We both looked at him, and we was like, "Yeah, that's him." He had the glasses and stuff, and the face. I was like, "That's Mr. Richard Pryor Jr." So we took a picture together
Yeah,
and
he's
stuff.
heard he's a good soul.
Yeah. So I'm hoping
You
he
should
can come
you
on the
should
show.
get him on your show. Yeah, get
Well,
him on your
yes.
show. I'd like to see that show. I'd like to hear his story.
Yeah, so that's in process right now. I sent him some dates, but I know he's busy. I called him. He gave me his direct number. I spoke to him a couple of days ago, and he said, "Yeah, just send me some dates. I'm a little busy. As soon as I can get to you, I'll let." So, I'm giving him some time to when he's ready to come on the show, and I'm gonna bring him on the show. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be a great show. I'll definitely watch that one too.
Yeah. So, um, do you have a website where people can come and see your movies and see what you're all about?
Um, I have a link on IMDb for all that. If you go to IMDb, you can see it. I have Instagram, but I can't. I haven't been on there for a while because I forgot my damn password. I know. So,
Yeah, I'm bad with that too. I
I,
create passwords
yeah,
every day.
it's like, but the best way to get a hold of me is through Facebook. I do monitor. I got a couple pages on Facebook. I do monitor them. And if you do message me, I will reply. It will be a day or two. I promise you, I will reply. Um, so that's a good way to get a hold of me, and is through that.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. You've been a great guest. You're a humble guy. Stay
Thanks for
humble,
having
stay
me.
loyal, stay focused. Keep your dream going. Don't let no one tell you nothing different because you're a great guy. And I see you going big places.
Thank you. I appreciate those words. Like I really do.
Okay.
It means a lot to me. And I'd like to give you the same advice too, because you're an amazing human being. I'm a really big fan of you. So I hope
Thank you.
one day I can meet you in person. If I ever
You
get to
will.
Boston, I'm telling you, I'm gonna call you. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be like, hey man, let's meet up for dinner. So
Okay.
don't be surprised, because I still have friends in Boston. I like
Yeah,
to
well,
see. So
yeah, definitely. Well, listen, it don't stop here. This is just the beginning. You know what I mean? This is just the beginning for us. You know, uh, the introduction. What I say, this is our introduction. of meeting, So,
that's good.
so I want to thank you, Tony, for coming on. Thank you for giving me your time. And I'm gonna bring you
Of
back
course.
on the show in a couple months. I'm gonna keep my eye on you and see what you're doing and stuff. And then we'll bring you back and for an update on what you're doing and what you're working on.
All right. I appreciate that. I'd love to be on your show again. I really would.
You're welcome. So I'll see you
All right, sir.
I'll see you in a couple months. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll see you later.
All right, bye. Yes, yes, people. That is Tony Taylor, actor. Make sure you guys check him out on his IMDb. Check out what he's been working on. This is what this show is all about, guys. It's about helping others, uplifting others, um, and giving them a platform to hear the story. You know what I mean? Everyone deserves a chance. Everybody deserves an opportunity, to tell their story. And I want my show to be that show for everyone to come on and tell your story, or talk about your talent, talk about your projects. This is where you need to be, the Don Vic Show. You know, everyone's welcome. I don't care where you from, where you at. None of that. I don't care religion. I don't care about none of that. All I care is about giving you a platform to come on my show, and if I can help you, I'm going to help you connect with other actors, directors, comedians, boxers, whatever I can do for you. If I can do it, I'm definitely going to do it. Connect you to other talk shows. Big shout out to my brother Mike Wagner, my sister Rebecca Mahan, Shauna Gibson, the Queen G Live Experience Show, Brandy Martin, Kay Shoyer from Manhattan, New York, my brother Eddie from Chicago that has his talk show. Listen, so many people that I know that got talk shows that I can connect you to where you can also get more exposure through their network. Okay. Power Post Network with my man Brian J. Lavardi from the Power Post Network. Got a great network. All the power normal investigators are on that page. So if you want to check out or know more about the paranormal world, go to Power Post Network. They got everybody around the world that has to do with a paranormal is on that page. I'm on that page, even though I'm not a paranormal, because Brian gave me an opportunity to be on his network because he loved my show and he loves who I am. So he gave me an opportunity. So, you know, I always thank Brian for giving me the opportunity to be on his network. But you can too. Okay. And I just want to shout out my girl, my friend Tammy Smith, director, actor, producer. She's amazing. She's been on magazines. Oh wow. Magic something magazines. But anyway, she's been on magazines. She's so dope. Big shout out to Tammy Smith. Another big shout out to Liz Fletcher. Just met her, but we're gonna show her some love. Big shout out to her. Um, Sabrina Oxford that was on the show yesterday. She's an author. She has a great book. She got several books, but she's pushing 100 Facebook friends. It's an amazing book. Check it out. She got a story behind it. It's about foster care. Um, so check it out. And you know, any one that purchased the book, half of that goes to the foster care. Um, and I think that's so amazing of her to do. So big shout out to her. Jennifer Dawn, another director, producer. Big shout out to her. I love her to death. Andy Poland and everybody that's on my live right now. Big shout out to you. Without you guys, there won't be no Don Vic show. You already know you guys everything. All right, you guys rock. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. And remember to share because sharing is caring. Share the show, share it to your friends, share it to your neighbor, share it through word of mouth to come on the Don Vic show and check it out because this is what it is. This is where you're going to find directors, actors, comedians, activists, book writers, everybody be on the show. Okay, so this is where you connect with other great people around the world because this is worldwide. This is not just state to state. This show is worldwide. So depending on where you are in the country or in the world, if I can help you, I'm gonna do that. Big shout out to Nigeria, big fans of mine. Australia, the UK, Africa, Italy, Germany, Colombia, Puerto Rico. Big shout out to my people in PR, Decora, ya tú sabes, and everyone in the USA. Okay, big shout out to you guys. So, whoo, boy. With that being said, tune in next week, November 5th. We have author Catherine Giovassi. She is an author. She has a book called Eye of the Survivor. That book is based on her story coming up in Ohio, you know, through drugs, um, being addicted to drugs, all types of stuff. People, I'm gonna let her tell her the story. So she'll be on November 5th. Make sure you tune in. And November 9th, I have my amazing friend, actress, producer, director. She does it all. From LA, Donna Lee Hasing. She'll be back on the show on the 9th. So people tune in. And again, if you want to come on my show, inbox me and we'll send you some dates and times so you can come on the show. And I'll be gladly to have you on my show because this show is your show. All right. And with that being said, guys, Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for supporting my guests. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace, love, respect, and I'm out of here.